want to do a quick podcast about the fact that on Friday night I was actually praying right here for a midnight prayer. It was a live Zoom meeting, and I was coming back from swimming, and then I was on the way home, and the meeting was scheduled at a certain time, and we already started. So it was either have it right here or miss it. And then I thought, well, actually, this is a really good place to have the meeting because it's the central part of town. It's right in the middle of the town. So it sort of backs onto every street, which is the main street, which is the main part of the town. So the Holy Spirit was really strong, and I started to pray here, and as I started to get going, I started to pray, the Holy Spirit got stronger and stronger, and we were all going for it. And it just felt right. It was just a spontaneous moment of like God's move. And I'm glad I did pray, but usually this place is very quiet. Usually there's not much traffic around. But as I started to pray, the traffic starts to go mad. They started circling me, driving up and down. And there was like a stirring going on in the spirit. And it just brought it home to me that there was something just un-Christian going on around this place. It wasn't right. And it brought home even more that I needed to pray even more. So I carried on, I prayed for the whole hour. And it felt really right. And I just had a swim, so I felt really good. And the swim is the one time in the day where all the pain has stopped. And all the pain has stopped, and it takes me 4 hours to get rid of it after I wake up, and then it rears its ugly head again at night time. I'm presuming it's because I've eaten, and then it takes a few hours for that pain to kick in, and so it really kicks in between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning, which are the times I'm trying to sleep, tossing and turning all night, and from the pain, and then I have to just put loads of oils, take medications, and then finally drop off at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then when I wake up again about 10 o'clock, it kicks in again. So straight after my swim is a pivotal moment. I don't have any pain, and it seems to be because of the chlorine, because I found out from the London Tropical School of Medicine it's not contagious, it's a pseudomonas, but the issue is whether it's being maliciously put into my water supply, because number one, there seems to be a diagnostic issue in that in line about what they're looking at in the tests, even though the London School of Tropical Medicine found something in my tests. And then because they're dragging their feet about that, I don't get any expert advice about, well, what else can I do to just get rid of it, you know? So, like, I came here to pray, and there seemed to be like a really bad vibe against me in this town, like a really bad vibe. And I just thought, even if a few people have said malicious things against me, even though I know I'm righteous and I know I'm not insane, and not a lot of people would have been able to go through what I went through and come out being at peace and on top. Whatever they're saying about me, they're keeping me in a perpetual state of unable to work because of the fact that I spend 10 hours of the day and night in physical pain. And then when you finally get rid of it, you don't really record yourself when you're kind of really, 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 really squirming with pain, you don't tend to record yourself then. You record yourself when you've got over it. And then just as you've got over it, you get these swarms of bikers that just come around, and like it feels like within a few days it's back in your water supply. Obviously I'm avoiding the water supply, even with showers at the moment, so like I'm feeling really good. So I was wondering whether I was maybe putting it back in my system via my washing, because I'm drinking mineral water and that's costing a lot, but eventually you have to have a wash, so like I avoided it. So yeah, it's just trying to get rid of this thing which just shuts you down, and when it's in your main nerves veins, when it's in your main veins, you just can't sleep. It's just so painful, really, really painful, and you almost have to perform a surgical procedure yourself to get it out. Sometimes it even feels like you're choking, it's really bad. So like, and then as I was praying here, just swarms of cars were like circling around me, and it just felt like there's a bad tide of malicious gossip against me in this town, and it's just so unfair and so undeserved, because they haven't had to live with my illness, they haven't had to live with this. It's definitely not mental, it's definitely physical, it's definitely a pseudomoma, and it definitely is in my MRI images as well. Absolutely resounding, 100% it is. And it seems that the moment I get rid of most of it out of my body and I've killed it out, I'll then get these new jets that come down into the town, and then these bikers are just swarming around me. It's almost like they're threatening to put it back in my water supply. So I just want to let it be known that I long to just get rid of this pseudomoma out of my body and then get back to work. But there seems to be some kind of hatred against me, and so it's just not right. And it almost feels like they don't want you to be well. It almost feels like they want you dead, But that's how it, you pick it up in the spirit. So I was just taking that captive during the prayers, and it was really helpful. And it may have seemed a bit strange, but sometimes young people do sit there and under the bench. So it's not like nobody ever sits there, People do sit there, but they didn't like the prayers. They were just squirming around me, and I just felt like there's an issue of freedom around here, in the sense that they don't really want you to feel you're as free as they are. They want you to feel like there's something wrong with you, because you are free, and you, without the pain, you are totally free, and you're totally happy, and you're totally at joy, and you're totally at peace. When the pain comes, you can't leave the house, you're lying down, you're crying in pain, you can't leave, it hurts, and you're trying not to need intensive care. It's been that bad where it's like this leech is literally sucking the blood out of your veins, and you have to perform a surgical procedure to just kill it, basically. And you can feel it as well, because it doesn't hurt when you actually deal with it, whereas if you were dealing with it, it would hurt, So you're dealing with it, and I can't say how I deal with it, but I use a number of techniques to destroy it. It's not until you've destroyed it that you then feel well again. and then you're trying to take the right medications to just kill it so it doesn't reborn in your body. So it's like a really weird number, this, but I'm sure that there is some kind of a cover up about the water supply, something to do with the water supply. And I've had to stop cooking as well. I've had to avoid cooking for people. I've never actually used tap water in my cooking anyway. I've always used mineral water. I'm really fussy. So even in baking, I don't use tap water, but you have to wash up with the water. So I've now stopped baking biscuits. So I like baking biscuits, and stopped doing that until this is all sorted out, until I'm completely well. But it's kind of put a drain on my life. It hasn't taken my joy and my peace, but it's put a drain on my life, and it's put a drain on my finances, because I still can't drive, and I still can't own a vehicle. I can't go where I want to go. I'm still trapped in poverty as a result of this, and I wish it would pass. There are so many things I wish I could do.